This conference will now be recorded.
Now, software installation. So just go to your splunk splunk.com, go through free Splunk. You need to create your account from free Splunk. So there we have a free Splunk login creation, like account creation of splunk.com. So this is for splunk.com account to add as a community person in the splunk.com. Okay, so email address, any email address, not business email, any email address, password, first name, last name, whatever it may be, zip code of your area, and then agreement, and create your account. Once you create your account, just log into your account. I have already an account here. Just click on next and log into your account with your password, username or email, and password. And once you entered into the log into your splunk.com, there we have a products. Click on products. Just make the cursor on products, and then there we have a free trials and downloads. Click on that, free trials and downloads. And then once you click on the free trials and downloads, then it will take to the download page, like Splunk Cloud Platform download, free trial 14 days you will get. And then forget about that, go with the Splunk Enterprise. So now you are going to download a Splunk Enterprise software for 60 days trial version. So 500 MB per day you will get. In real time, based on your requirement, you can choose your license per day. But now you are getting a free trial on 60 days up to 500 MB per day. You can inject it. So get my free trial and download it. So if it is universal forwarder, get my free download universal forwarder. So now once you download the enterprise Splunk enterprise, now there we have a chance to install your Splunk software at the downloads page. So click on free download, get my free trial, and then it will take to the choose your downloads page. And then there we have a Windows, Linux, and Mac will be there. So my laptop is Windows 64-bit, select over 64-bit. So prerequisite is basic laptop is enough. Based on your laptop, that download version will shows. So but basic laptop is enough, but 64-bit is good enough. And also, if it is Windows 8, Windows 10, or Windows 11 also, it will be supports. So hardware requirement in next class, I will explain all these things for about our system requirements. Otherwise you can go with the system requirements like this, but this system requirements is exclusively for the real time purpose. But practice purpose, definitely no need of going with the system requirements. A basic laptop will do the things. So for example, my laptop, it is Windows 10, Intel 64-bit x86 architecture, uh, 8 GB, sorry, 8 GB RAM, and 500 GB hard disk. Okay, but you can choose your own laptop, whatever it may be. Basic laptop also enough to get a Splunk software. But in real time, there is a system requirements, hardware requirements are there. You can go with this system requirement page. So otherwise, in next class, I will explain you one basic system requirement concept. So as of now, for practice purpose, you can go with your basic laptop also. Now come down and choose your installation file on downloads page, or any file you chosen. Now go through offline class, offline classes, practice talks. Now there we have a PDFs, Splunk installation in Windows. Splunk installation in Windows. So download the installation file, and that we call it as a Splunk indexer or universal folder or whatever it may be. So to download the file, that .msc file, and then double click on it and run it. And so once it will be run, it will open this page. So it will ask for the view license agreement, and it will needs to check that checkbox, like tick that checkbox, and then click on next. Click on next, and then it will ask for the path. Desired path will be selected, or C drive default will be selected. Right now it is 7.1.2 version. So but now we are downloading 9.2.9.0.2 version. So in future classes we will show the differentiation between the 7 version and 8 version and 9 version. So now we are going to download 9 version, and then choose your path and click on next and OK it, and it will ask for the username and password. So in 7.x it will takes the default username called admin. So in after 8 version, so we have a chance to give your own username. So there it will ask for the username, password, and password confirmation. So whatever the username you want, you can give your username, and you can pass your password, and also you can confirm your password as it easily. Once it will be done, it will check for the next, and it will done with your next, and it will ask for the finish, and finish it. So once it will be click on finish, the Splunk software will be installed on your laptop. And once you installed your Splunk software in your laptop, then if you want to open your Splunk software, you can choose any browser like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer, or Microsoft Edge, whatever it may be. You can choose your own browser. So select your browser, and then you need to open your Splunk software web UI on the Chrome browser or any browser. So if you want to open your Splunk, you need a URL. You need a web URL to open your Splunk. So if you want to open your Splunk web URL, so that web URL is server IP address colon Splunk server IP address colon Splunk server IP colon 800 000. So 8000 is the web port first opening the Splunk. Why? Because at the time of installation of Splunk will be installed on 8000 port, web port. Okay, so if you want to open the Splunk, you can use that IP address, that server IP address colon 8000. If you want to know this server IP address, so click on Windows CMD run as administrator. And once you click on run as administrator, it will open the command prompt and write the command called ipconfig. ipconfig. And then there we have confined our IP address of your server. IPv4 address 172.20.10.7. 127 dot 20 dot 172.20.10.7 colon 8000. Now it is opening Splunk web page. So otherwise you can use a local host colon 8000. Local host is the domain name. So it is used to open the local Splunk in the server. Local host, standalone server means you can open this like this. Local host colon 8000. That means that server, this web browser is local to this server. That's why local host will pick your port server Splunk with the port 8000. Otherwise, you can run the IP address of local also. This is the IP address of local host 127.0.0.1 colon 8000. But for example, if I want to get the data from your server, I want to access the Splunk in your server, so your server IP address colon 8000. Within your server means you can use a local host, but remote server means remote local host won't be supports. Only IP address colon 8000 or domain name colon 8000 will supports. Any question up to now?
Yeah, about the local host, IP would be 127.00.1 column 8000, right?
This is the domain name. This is the domain name for localhost, and this is the IP address for localhost. Any system, I localhost is same.
Okay. I mean, like if you are installing the server, I mean, server will have a different IP address, right?
Server will
Splunk
have
server.
different. Yes, yes, yes.
I mean,
Any IP
same
address, for
laptop.
example, for your server, that IP address is different. For my server, the IP address is different.
Now, if I am installing Splunk on my laptop, so
Your
the
IP address
IP
is
address, it will be by default how it will take. I mean,
find
like
your own IP address at command prompt.
hmm,
Your Splunk web with your IP address colon 8000.
okay, that IP address will be allocated by itself.
To whom?
I mean, like if we are installing Splunk on the laptop, so it will have two things. One is that localhost ID, that is 127.0.0.1, right?
Yes.
And another one is, as you told, like a local IP address, IP config. So it will have a different IP address.
Actually, every every laptop or every computer or every server consists of two IP addresses.
Yes, yes,
One
okay,
is private IP address and other one is public IP address.
okay,
Okay. If you click on IP config, whatever this IP it is showing, private IP, public IP address, public IP address. Okay.
okay.
There
It
we
will be
have a some
allocated by
private.
itself, right?
For your laptop also you have a separate IP address that we call it as public IP address. For example,
Okay,
again I will stop the server and I will start again. This IP address will
hmm,
change. Why? Because public IP address will always change every stop and start.
okay,
I'm not talking about Splunk. Just I'm talking about a server, laptop.
okay.
So actually this is IP address for your laptop. There is a private IP
Yes,
address also there, so we can find some other way. But whatever it may be, this is the IP address of your laptop. You install the Splunk software in this IP address laptop. If you want to open that Splunk, we will use this IP address colon 8000. Why? Because at the time of installation of Splunk, the web page will be installed on 8000 port by default. That's why to open a web page, this web browser, a front end of your Splunk, so that will be
okay.
opened with your IP address colon 8000. See that IP address colon 8000. That only.
So this 8,000 is fixed for Splunk.
Splunk defaultly. That will be
Okay.
customized. But at the time of
Hmm.
installation, defaultly it is taking.
Okay.
If 8000 port will be busy, so it will ask to assign a new port. That time the Splunk will be opened with that port only.
Okay. Okay.
Now the Splunk won't open as a software in your laptop. It will be open with your server, like what we call, like it will be open with a browser. So if you want to open a
Hmm.
browser, so the URL needs. So the URL will be that server IP address colon 8000.
Okay.
For example, if you install a Splunk software in your laptop, so that if you open your software front end of web, your server IP address colon 8000. Clear? Like Santosh
Yes. Yes.
also. Santosh laptops IP address colon 8000. Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Now, what about local host? Everywhere, the local host is common for every laptop. Local host means locally we are talking, like within the server we are talking. So this browser is local for my laptop now.
Yes. Okay.
This will identify that port 8000 having a Splunk. That's why with the local host colon 8000, it is opening Splunk. Same like that in your laptop also, localhost colon 8000, it will identify the Splunk and it will open the Splunk. Clear? Even if we talk
Yes.
about another browser also, like for example, this is my Microsoft Edge browser. No. Now if you want to open it, local host colon 8000. See, Splunk is open. Why? Because my browser, browser is in within my laptop only.
Yes. Yes.
For example, the Chrome browser is in your laptop. You want to open my server. You want to connect with your my server. This IP address colon 8000. Clear? Local host won't
Yes.
work. Local host will ping your local system. In your system, you don't have a Splunk, it won't open. This is the domain name actually. This is the domain name. This
Yes. Yes.
domain name will be connected to IP address. That IP address is 127.0.0.1 colon 8000. 127.0.0.1 is the local host IP address.
Okay.
Okay. But remember that this is the best way. That server IP address colon 8000. If it is
Windows 7,
standalone,
does it support Windows 7?
anything is supports. This is Windows
Okay.
only, no?
No, Windows 7. 7. Actually, I
Yes, it
have
will
Windows
supports.
7.
It will supports. I think it won't supports Windows 7 won't supports. I think so. Windows 8 or 10. Previous versions it will supports. You try to download a previous versions also. Here,
Okay.
if you don't have a choice of Windows 8 or Windows 10, don't worry about it. After some 2 to 3 classes, we will go the help of AWS. So at that
Hmm.
time, you can install your Splunk at AWS itself. If you have a proper network, that is enough.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes. Yes. Fine. Thank you.
Now log into your account. What is your username and password? It is not a splunk.com username and password. It is at the time of software installation, it will ask for the username and password. Na? That username and
Hmm.
password. I am giving a admin and change me is my password. Yes. Now it will open a Splunk page. So this is our Splunk. Okay. Now at
Yes.
the left side there we have a Splunk Enterprise logo. If you click here, it will go through the home page. This is called home page. And there we have a left side, we have an application like search and report application, Splunk Essentials for cloud and enterprise, Splunk Secure Gateway, upgrade grade line apps. These applications are default applications exactly. So in previous versions like 7.x, so only search and report application is the default application for Splunk. This won't come. After 8 version, you will get these applications. So this
Okay.
is one of the interview question. Search and report application is the default application from the starting of our Splunk. But after 8 version, you will get these 3 applications also. Splunk Essentials for cloud and enterprise, Splunk Secure Gateway, upgrade readline apps. If you want to go more apps, click on find more apps. It will take to splunkbase.com and you can download your operations. We can download your application. Any application like a Google Chrome add-on for Splunk. Using the Splunk reporting connector for managing Chrome browsers, organization can get additional visibility on the security portions of the data organization managed browse file. This integration between Chrome and Splunk allows IT administrators to send Chrome security events to an HTTP event collector endpoint, Chrome and editors. If you want to install, if you want to manage the Chrome logs, you can get that add-on. So this username and password is splunk.com. Splunk.com username and password. Why? Because for company you have a Splunk credentials. With the credentials only you need to download all the applications and all enterprise versions. So then only that license will be keep on tracking. So for that Ravi P4146 password I don't tell and agreement and install. Now Chrome add-on for Splunk is successfully installed. Go to home. See Google Chrome add-on for Splunk. Now click on it and then you can connect your add-ons for Splunk. You connect your inputs also. Once you connect your inputs, that will be collects the data from the HTTP event collectors input, and you can write your search query to search your data, like creating your security approaches and security related statistics for the Google Chrome. Click on Splunk Enterprise and it will take to home page. If you want to download, click on settings. For example, sorry, Enterprise, Splunk Enterprise. Now click on find more apps. Now click on any application. For example, you have a Splunk add-on or add-on or AWS, for example, AWS. Splunk add-on for AWS or DB connector. DB connect. So this is one of it. Splunk DB connector is used to collect the is generic SQL database extension for Splunk that enables easy integration of database information with Splunk queries and reports. Splunk DB connector supports DB2, Linux, Informix, MemSQL, and MySQL, AWS, Aura, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, PostgreSQL, AWS Redshift, SAP SQL, Anyway, Cybers. These all are Teradata will be selected. Now click on next install. Connect to your account Ravi P4146. Password I don't tell. Now it is installing. Now just click on Splunk Enterprise logo. It not came. Still go to settings here, manage apps. Whatever the applications which was default and downloaded from splunkbase.com will show here. So now here you have a application. Splunk DB connector, Splunk app DB connector, permissions. You can give the permissions, launcher, you can launch it. See, edit properties, for example. If it is disabled mode, you can disable it also. So visible, yes, okay, done. Now just save it. Now go and check whether it is came or not. See, Splunk DB connect. Now go to settings again. All the applications will be shown. All are almost all are application based only. So applications are add-ons, apps and add-ons. So what is difference between apps and add-ons? We will see later. Simply apps means nothing but a Splunk. It will create reports, alerts, dashboards from own GUI. Whereas add-on is nothing but collecting the data from specified data sources. For example, AWS add-on. Add-on is used to collect the data from AWS services and AWS application used to create a reports, alerts, dashboards from their own GUI like that. So there is a differentiation. So different way of approach. So we can download your applications and you can use your applications whatever you want. You can go with the find more apps also. Here also it will text to splunkbase.com. You can download your application whatever you want like this. Otherwise go to the new page and go through the splunkbase.com, and then here you can download your applications as a file. Get more apps, whatever. Splunk add-on for Microsoft Windows. Click on Microsoft Windows. Now log into your downloads. Just log into your account and download it. So it will ask for the agreement. Agree to download and downloads under download. Just save it. Now okay. Now download was done. Now go to your account and then here give back, and then we have a install app from file. Choose a file and then go to the downloads. So Microsoft add-on for the Windows. So to collect the specified data from Windows servers, we will use this application. If you want to upgrade the app, you can upgrade it. Otherwise, check it, upload. It will ask for the restart. Restart now. Okay. Still it is in waiting for restart. Still it is waiting. Now log in. It was still not installed. Otherwise, you can check from here also. So click on settings, Microsoft add-on. if you want to go edit properties. So for example, it is not visible, just make a yes. So then it will be visible, just save it. See here, just click here, and then you will get your Splunk TA add-on for Microsoft. Click on it. So this is the Microsoft TA add-on. Now, if you want to check from backend, your Splunk will be installed on the local machine. See here, for example, C, program files, Splunk. There we have all these folders. I will explain these folders on next class. So there we have a etc. There we have a apps. So Splunk TA add-on, Windows TA add-on. See Splunk TA Windows. So there we have this type of activities. So there we can connect our inputs also. See here. You want to get the data from application logs, applications and server logs. So we can enable this input. So disabled equals to 1 means disable. If it is disabled equals to 0 means it will be enabled and it will fetch the data. So specified logs will be collected. It's a pre-built stanzas. So we just enable it, automatically the data will be fetching from the Windows servers. This all inputs will be seen later. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Now you choose anything you want to collect the data from here. You can collect the data from here itself. Product tour means just a Splunk tour. Splunk apps means splunkbase.com. You will get apps and add-ons from there. Docs means docs.splunk.com. You will get 100% of documentation from the docs.splunk.com. If you want to get the data, add data here. If you want to get the data into Splunk, you can add the data here itself. Click on it. There we have three types of adding the data. So one is upload, like directly you can upload the file into the Splunk. Otherwise, we can directly monitor the Splunk. Otherwise, you can directly forward the data with the help of forwarders. Okay. Now, for example, upload. You have a file. You can go and directly upload the file. So select a file and have a file on the desktop on the Splunk, my desktop, Splunk offline. There we have a Linux Linux 30 days log is there. I'm selecting that, open, and then click on next. So it is a Linux 30 days log. Now click on next. This is inputs.conf file. Click on next. Now here you can have a chance to parse your data. Now it is on the day 17 2017 log. Now you want to change your timestamp, you can change it. This we call it as props.conf file and transforms.conf file. Modification of your data, transformation of your data. For example, current timestamp. Now it is selecting current timestamp. Otherwise, you can customize it also very clearly. Char set, date configuration, line match, shoot line match, everything this everything I will explain later. Just click on next. It will ask for the source type. Source type name is Linux. This is default Linux data. So app is such app I am choosing or customized category. App is search and report application. Just save it. Now see, the host is default Ravi Kumar. Otherwise, you can customize it. Your name you can say. Okay. So and then source type you already give Linux data and then index. Which index you want to store? Input will be collected by upload method. Parsing will be happened with the help of time stamping and other thing. Source type renaming and everything. and you need to select host name, index name. Default means main index will select. The default parameters, save it. I will explain you later about this. Just see, type is upload file, input type, file name is linux 30 days.log, source type equals to Linux data, host equals to Ravi Kumar, index equals to Linux index. Just submit. The data was indexing, processing, data process was happened. If you want to search, choose your search and report application, and there we have a search bar, and you can chance to search your data with SQL query. How we can search it? You have 5 fields automatically. You have already 5 fields: index, source, source type, host, underscore type. Index means which storage you are using. Source means which path you are using. Source type means what type of data it should be. Host means which host you are getting the data. Underscore time means what time you are storing the event. Now I have an index name, index equals to Linux index. Now search for it. It is a search for all time. Why? Because it is a one time upload file. It is not a monitor file. It is not a real time data. It is one time upload file. That's why all time. Just check it. Now see the Linux data was coming. Host Ravi Kumar, index Linux index, source Linux 30 days log, source type Linux data. Clear or not? This is underscore time you mentioned. Latest. Now these are the events of your Linux index source path. Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
Otherwise, click on enterprise security and click on add data again. Otherwise, here also we can go to settings. There we have add data. Anywhere, add data will goes to that page. Now see, upload means file upload. Monitor means there is a lot of options. There is a lot of options to get the data. Local event logs. That means these server logs. For example, application logs, security logs. This server, local logs. Local, my server, not Splunk, my laptop server. For example, application logs. Click on application logs. Select it. Application logs was selected. Click on next. So Ravi Kumar. Default index. You can select a default index itself. Just review. So see, input type is Windows event logs, log is applications, app content is search, host is Ravi Kumar, index is default. Just submit. Now go and search. You know that the index name? Yes, you know the index name. Index name is a main. So why? Because index equals to main. Why? Because it is choosing a default. So now you can choose your desired time range. For example, last 16 minutes you can choose. Why? Because it is a real-time data. It is my server data. 11 events, last 60 days, 60 minutes. Last 24 hours, you'll get some extra events from application logs only. These all are completely application logs. See here, host is Ravi Kumar, index is main, source is Win event applications, XML win event application, and source type equals to XML win event logs. These are the win event logs. For example, this is the error code for your event ID. You want to show your event type and event ID. What is event type and what is the event ID? Okay, what is the event source name you want to show? What is the event record ID you want to show? What is the ID for that event? So name of your event. So just I want to know name of your event and what is the ID of your event. Okay. So for that, just go with your command. Stats count by name already we have, ID we have. See here, name, ID. Name is there, capital letter N, ID small letter, and error code, not even ID, event ID. So I want to show event ID also. ID, event ID. So it is showing the event name. See, this is the event, and this is the ID, and this is the event ID for that, and the count is this one. Previously, if with this log file, you can get to notice that now, yes, not possible. With this Splunk, you can get the notice. Why? Because Splunk, once you index the data and you will search for the data, so automatically Splunk will process your data and it will extract some relevant fields. These are the relevant fields. With these relevant fields, you will get some information. Clear? Like that, you can upload any n number of data, add data again. So click on monitoring. It will be continuous monitoring. Click on monitoring. So you can continuously monitor file and directory monitoring, browse the monitoring. So there we have a C, Windows. There we have a logs will be there. Click on select and then click on next. That path will be continuously monitored. It's already monitoring. That's why it is showing error. Input with the same name already exists. You can change your name also. For example, browse under this logs. I have a CBS logs. I want to monitor only CBS logs. Now click on next. So automatic host name is source type is automatically find out by Splunk. Otherwise, you can create a new source type also. What is your source type? You can mention it. Otherwise, select predefined source type by Splunk. I'm going with the automatic. Splunk will identify source type. App contents is search and report application. Constant value is host equals to Ravi Kumar. Default index name is create a index CBS index. CBS index. New index I am creating. How many indexes you want, you can create, no problem. CBS index, submit. Go and search. You know the index name, you know the host name, you know the source type name, you know the source. So just go with the index equals to CBS logs. These are the CBS logs. See here. Host equals to Ravi Kumar, index equals to CBS index, source type equals to so and so. C Windows log, CBS dot log. Source type equals to Splunk identify that CBS. There we can extract some relevant fields from these raw events. These are the relevant fields from these raw events. Clear? With these relevant fields, you can create your own statistics from the search query by writing a SQL query. If the field was not extracted by Splunk, you need to extract the fields from the event data. That is the way of developing activities. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, actually, this is the customized indexes. Splunk having some default indexes, go to settings, click on indexes. See here, click on indexes. These all are the indexes. So audit index means user activities and user success trees and other file monitoring activities will be stored in audit index. Splunk users activities and everything. Internal means Splunk logs. It's all Splunk D. Splunk D means Splunk server. Splunk server logs like activities, operations, and other performances will be stored in underscore internal. Introspect logs. So any problem will be there. That complete information will be under introspect. Metrics logs. What is metrics? So metrics means simply performance issues. If you have a performance issues, you can go with the metrics logs. Like why? Because the top 10 incidents of that particular incidents will be stored in a matrix. For example, you have a lots of logs. In that top 10 latest incidents will be into a matrix. So if you want to go with the latest of your matrix logs, latest of your error logs or any raw data, you can go with the matrix. Like we have some fish bucket will be there. This is the fish bucket. It's keep on tracking the incoming data while uploading the data. It will keep on monitor and keep on tracking, and it won't allow the duplicate data into a Splunk. It is one of the interview question. CBS index right now we created, history index, Linux index right now we created, main index, default index, prices index previously created, Splunk loggers, summary index, it is also one of the summary index, default index, tutorial index previously created, Windows index previously created. Some are customized, some are default indexes. For example, you want to check your internal logs, Splunk logs, what happened in the Splunk. Go to internal logs, search and report application, check for index equals to underscore internal. Index equals to underscore internal. Check for last 24 hours. From last 24 hours, the internal logs is this one. These many internal logs we have. These are the components, these are the names, these are the Splunk creation of it. Identified by Splunk. These all are Splunk, completely Splunk logs. These many hours. Source or source type, you'll get some raw events. From these raw events, Splunk automatically. This is one way of creating your information, getting the data into Splunk. There is a lot many ways to get the data into Splunk. After getting the data into Splunk, we can create our different fields from the field extraction point of view, and then we'll create a different knowledge objects for your data. And after that, we can use different commands in the SQL query, and then we'll create a reports, alerts, dashboards, and that will be scheduled to different users. This is what happened in Splunk in real time. Any questions, please ask me up to now. So otherwise, I will stop the section now and we will continue on tomorrow.
Yeah, I think practically, if we do more understanding, will be there. Just to get the environment, we have to do.
Just I am showing the GUI. What is Splunk?
Yes,
What is Splunk? What is
yes, yes,
GUI? Tomorrow I will explain. What is this raw data? What is this field name? I will explain software now. Just front end of your Splunk.
yes,
What it consists of
yes,
and how you can use
yes.
this Splunk software. This is the class. Just and
Okay,
after that, day after tomorrow, we can go with the back end of your software. Backend,
okay,
like what configuration commands are there, what are the folders you have in the backend. Backend. Okay, and after that we can go with the license information, and after that we can start installing same software in Linux machine, and after that we try to implement a architectures. Once you completed your architectures, we will try to upload the data, onboard the data with a different way of approaches. And once you upload the data and onboard the data into Splunk, then we will write this SPL query. We will start learning the SPL query, and then we will implement a different use cases, and we will create a reports, alerts, dashboards from your own GUI. This is the way of class. Clear? Just check the UI. That's it. No need to do anything. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.